Hello everyone and welcome back to more Kira. I mean, you know this. You know what game I'm playing. More Kira. It's a fun game. Our dreams of becoming a band are getting ever closer by the minute. I can feel it. In our last episode, our little Karari, who's the vocalist, had a birthday. She never really had a real birthday party, so we all chipped in and bought her a really nice microphone and, you know, made a cake and everything, and, you know, good times were had. And with summer approaching, or it's already here, let us continue on. The sky is deep blue, and the sun is glaring and celebrating our summer. It's cheering us on. I have to think that, or I'd hate this summer heat on the riverbank. The Culture Festival's right after the final exam. That's when we'll have our match. We're versing the Pop Club in like a band battle or something. I don't know how it's gonna work. So we only have about half a month, exactly 16 days left. We turned in the registration form just the other day. Class president was surprised that the second literature club, which was known for being low-key, is doing a band, especially a rock band of all things. Now we can't turn back. We just have to perfect our performance. We've been practicing every day by the river, but it's so hot, we're soaked in sweat. Ugh. My sweat, it's dripping on the snare drum. Jeannie must be worried since she's been yelling. As soon as we take a break, she wipes everywhere with a towel. She says she's shocked to see her sweat evaporate and become salt, but I think she's overreacting. She's being too fussy. It is hot. Well, yeah, you're wearing like a whatever they call a shawl or whatever. Is that really necessary? It's like 150 degrees out. No wonder you're hot. Kashiwara talks to me while I'm drinking my sports drink in the shade. She has a shawl on to avoid sunburn. Ah, okay. And a big hat to block direct sunlight. She looks like she just came from a summer resort. She's playing the electric guitar with this appearance. I can't deny saying it looks rather strange. How are you doing? Are you okay? Yeah, I've been drinking lots of water and I've been going to sleep early, so I'm okay. I haven't had cough attacks either. I'll make sure I last until the performance. Kashiwara shows her usual smile. That's good. She's getting stronger. That's good. Don't say that. I don't like how it sounds. Don't collapse on the stage or anything, okay? It's okay to do that if there's a miraculous happy ending waiting at the end, though. I say jokingly. What are you talking about? Kashiwara doesn't get it. She looks lost. Never mind. Just be careful, okay? For now, don't collapse today. It's not like I collapse every day, you know. But at least once a week you get sick and miss school. I'm doing pretty well, huh? Kashiwara says happily. Suppose any improvement is a good improvement. Maybe so with you, but in general that's not normal. I'll do my best. Come on, man, stop picking on her. Can't help how she is. She just has a weak constitution. Kashiwara droops. Don't be mean to Serena. We have to get along until the performance. Kurai interrupts with a sweaty face. Hey, can I ask you something? What do we wear on the stage? Kurai asks loudly so everyone can hear. Actually, I usually wear normal clothes, huh? Jeannie finishes wiping the drums and comes over to us. She's talking about the indies bands in this area. I'm going to different performances that Tanoya recommended to get some ideas. I don't know if that's Tanoya's preference, but all the bands we've seen were wearing normal clothes. If anything, their hair was spiked or in a wild color, but that was about it. I've heard there are far wilder bands around, but at least we haven't seen them. Don't you think the uniform would do? It's a school band after all. Gave my idea. It would be sad to mess up in wild costumes. That'd be too normal. I don't think Jeannie likes the idea. But strange costumes might look weird. Besides, what type of clothing are you talking about anyway? The second literature club is doing the band at the Culture Festival to mark the end of the club. I don't think we need to appeal in any way whatsoever. I know what you mean, but when you say that, it sounds like you're just saying that because you don't even want to think about it. You're right, but I don't even want to think about it, and that's why I suggested the uniform, but I'm wrong. But I'm not wrong, am I? And then Shinny frowns. I don't like to decide that way. But that attitude might be important. Tashiwara interrupts. What attitude? I swear the uniforms because we don't even want to think about it. That I don't care attitude. Isn't that the punk spirit which Shinai and Murakami were talking about? Oh, I see. See, that's why punk rockers can't think too much. We'll wear the uniforms. What are you saying? If you don't like the uniforms, then we can wear work outfits. We can move freely. Oh, I know. How about exercise shorts? We can even add headbands. We could do pigtails. People like things like that. There are actually a special section set up for that. A special section? Kurari asked curiously. I can't really say it loudly, but when you go to video stores... Enough! You don't need to go on anymore. That's just your preference. Shinny interrupts while she frowns. No, it isn't. How rude. We talk more, but we can't come to an agreement, so we decide to talk some more later. Hey, no matter what type of costumes we wear, you know what you'll do, right? Kurari talks to me. What do you mean? The costume! The type of costume. Huh? Were you listening? We haven't decided yet. No. What do you mean? I ask. A crossdresser. Kurari mumbles in a low voice. Crossdresser? When I ask her, Kurari nods and looks at me. You have to dress up as a girl. Oh no, we're not doing that shit again. Why? It's more interesting. You think? You know, the reason why I'm so into this band is because it's so much fun every day, discussing this and that, working on a song together, practicing, etc. I'm having so much fun. I'm so glad I'm doing this. Well, that's good, but what does that have anything to do with me being a crossdresser? So to me, the band has to be fun and interesting. Okay, I get that. That's the best. We have to make it fun. You just want to see me dress up as a girl, don't you? Isn't that too forceful? I think the crowd will love it, though. What do you think about it? Why don't you think about it? The crowd wouldn't like it. Why do I have to ridicule myself that way anyway? Is there a merit for me? I mean, what do I get out of this? You're pretty as a girl, so you'll be popular. Yeah, that's the last thing I want is male attention. Kurari says things that don't make sense. No way. I think it'd be so much fun. Shinny won't give up. I'm gonna end up being a girl, aren't I? Besides, if you're in drag, then it'll look like an all-girls band. I think that'll be fun too. Yeah, but we'd be lying. Like to do that, I'd have to like dress up in drag every time we performed. You know, I couldn't do that. I mean, that's just deceit. That'd be a weirdo band, don't you think? No, your drag is fine. You look a lot more natural than you think. It's for the band. Come on, you could do it. Well, for the band, huh? That's my weak spot. But I still can't. I can't do it. I can't. No. I'm not gonna do it. Can I? What is it? My grandfather finally found out about me doing the band. Oh gosh. I don't know if I want to hear the rest. Also, he found out about our practice session the other day, so the maids and I had to come up with something in a hurry. Uh-huh. We told him that all the members are girls. Motherfucker. God damn it. Why would you say that? Ugh. Ugh. I knew it. Fucking knew it. If possible, I would appreciate it if you could wear a disguise. Why does this always happen? It's just coincidence. No, it's not just a coincidence. Y'all planned this. You all got together. You all coerced. It's all a big scheme to get me to dress up as a girl all the time. Shinny laughs. I don't think it's a coincidence. Anyway, whenever I'm with the band members, I feel that they have fun teasing me. I don't think I have a chance with them. If you insist, I guess I could. I hesitantly agree. Bullshit, man. I knew you wouldn't say no. You're so sweet. It's for the band, alright? Say no more. I did agree to help you out with the band, so I don't mind doing most of the things you want me to do, but we are seriously working on this, so do you think it's a good idea to add such a comical image? I mean, people might think we're just a joke. No, no. Jeannie is still laughing. That would be the perfect farewell performance for our second literature club. Do you think so? Sure, I want to wipe off the image of our club. I want to peel our existence before we're gone. Actually, that's Karari. Our leader thinks. That's what Karari, our leader, thinks. I'm not leader. Oh, she got red in a hurry. Must be the heat. She's having heat stroke. But you came up with the idea for the band. Besides, your singing's gotten so much better. Oh, stop that. Karari becomes bashful and turns beet red. Anyway, I think Karari's idea is great. Come on, you can do that. Can't you, Shin Konosuke? I mean, if that's what everyone wants. I don't disagree. If we're going to go with these members, then we can't think of anyone else to be the center of the group other than Karari. Actually, if it wasn't for Karari, I wouldn't be here either. She's always initiating the practice session. She has the right to listen to a little selfishness. But the only thing is, I don't think being in a drag is the only way to be interesting. I think there are more. You'll be a crossdresser. What's the difference? Is there really a difference? Seriously, is there a difference between like drag and crossdressing? Is that like some taboo thing? Like people don't like to be called drag? You know, they like to crossdress. As I try to talk to them into doing something else, Crush shuts me out. So apparently, we can have no interesting ideas except for me dressing up as a girl. I won't listen, be quiet. Oh, come on. And this is how my second time around being a drag is decided. Being in drag is decided. Well, I guess we are being a drag as well, because they don't like us right now. I see, but boy, your bond is getting stronger lately. Murakami folds his arms and nods. Think so? Well, sure, because you guys talk like good friends lately. Yeah, we do, don't we? We got that friendly vibe. Which is good, you know, it's good. I still don't understand. Sure, but I can't believe you agreed to do it. You hate to be in drag. I had no other option, man. They backed me into a corner. What else was I gonna do? If everyone else says I have to, then what can I do? I couldn't fight. They ganged up on you, huh? More or less. Bonnie and Stronger's good, but how's your performance coming on? Well, I think that all depends on how Shino does. She isn't exceptional, but she's been doing great lately. To work around her vocal part is probably the best. Gosh, you're grasping where you stand rather calmly. Well, of course, we practice every day intensely. We all know what we can do, clearly. I'm impressed. Sometimes it's hard to do that. Our teacher's that weirdo rocker Tanoya. You get so intense when it comes to music, we can't think of something like self-respect. I don't think Tanoya's that weird. He seems like a kind of a normal dude. I kind of understand. Murakami nods. I remember Tanoya was praising Shino. Really? He praises other members too, though. I think he is fond of you guys. Every time I ask him about you, he always gives me detailed answers. Do you guys talk about us? Well, of course we do. Does that mean you think we're hopeful or helpless? Both. Let's see. Either way, I'm glad you think about us, but think about Shino more than anybody. It's fine that she's the center of the band, but good or bad, she is the most unstable one of us all. She's moody. But I'm only talking about when we practice. We don't know how she will be at the performance. I guess we just have to wait and see. Don't make me worry. Well, I worry. This is our first live performance. We did the gorilla type performance, but I know an actual performance is completely different. Do you get nervous? Well, yeah, of course I do. Murakami puts his hands at his chin. I'm a little envious, Murakami says sadly. Then suddenly with a smile he continues. So, you gonna be in drag again this year in public? You look happy. You get off on me being a girl or something, man? It's kind of weird. I don't know about you, man. I don't know about you. Are you kidding? Why would I be happy about someone else's misfortune? You're grinning, though. This is my sad smile. What kind of smile is that? Both of us will be cross-dressers, huh? Maybe we're connected by fate. How could you say something so nauseating with a straight face? Well, I'm a Superman. I really think you are. So, what are you going to do with the costumes? Well, who knows? God only knows what we're going to dress up as. That'll be a fun experience. And what kind of clothes are you going to wear? Are you going to wear a skirt? I don't even know that. I think we'll wear the uniforms, but they are in charge of the costumes, and they won't tell me until the day of the performance. I see, that might be the best. You wouldn't know much about clothing anyway, right? Don't be rude, man. I know more than you do. That's not true. I've thought about it. I know, why don't you let me be in charge? In charge of what? The costumes. What are you talking about, man? Don't worry. Mai and Mayuki will help me. They were saying they wanted to make costumes. They want to be in an apparel business in the future. You and the second grade pair. Why am I feeling uneasy about this? Hey, don't say that. We worked together so hard until today, right? I know, but I'll talk to you guys later, alright? Please do. By the way, what are you gonna do? Didn't you say your club's drag costumes are decided by the female club members? Yeah, it's done. What are you wearing? I'm wearing a maid costume. Oh, dear God, no. A maid costume? Yeah, with cat ears. Oh, God. Of course it's with cat ears. It's always with cat ears. Say something. I can't. Same thing might happen to me, too, for all I know. I see. A silence. Then sighs from both of us. Man, we're fucked. By the way, Murakami starts after a while. Just don't cut corners with your performance, okay? Of course not. We wouldn't do that. Why would we cut corners? I know, but you'll be on the stage in a different manner, so I just thought... Why do you think we've been practicing so hard? That won't make any difference. So you're gonna cut corners playing Go when you have a match in drag? No way, I'm playing against the best player in the club. He was even in the newspaper before. We're playing on the stage in the gym. I bet we'll have the biggest audience in Go Club history. I want to win no matter what, even if everyone's looking at my cat ears. I really got to research what a Go is. Like, I've heard of it, but I don't know what it actually is. Murakami holds his fist as he says, "Good luck." You too, man. Silence, then again, sighs. Oh, we can't be like this. I remember I need to ask him something. Oh, by the way, you used to study about equipment before, didn't you? I thought of something yesterday. What? I can't say loudly. Give me your ear. As I watch around us, I whisper my plan to Murakami's ear. Are you serious? When I'm done, he looks into my face. Well, what do you think? Do you think we have enough time before the performance? Let's see. Maybe if we had some help, that might be possible. Technically, I think it's doable too, but... He tilts his head. That might be too reckless. Please. I mean, I'm everything but reckless. We're a punk band, man. I think it'll be interesting. Everyone will be surprised. I bet nobody's done it before at our school. But the only thing is, what will happen afterwards? What will happen afterwards? I think we should be okay. If it's not, then what's there to do? At least, I don't think we'll get killed. Besides, if that happens at the school, God will be doing the punishing. No future, huh? That's so punk. Oh, I know, man. We're so punk. That's fine, but there is one concern. The timing on the day of the performance and more details. I'll think about that. If there's some particulars you want, let me know early so I can get ready. Thanks, I appreciate it. Don't mention it. I'm already part of your band. If any problems arise, they'll be all my fault, okay? What are you saying? Don't hog. Let me have the fun, too. I want to make history at this school, too. Gosh, I'm getting excited. But to be honest with you, I don't think it'll be that big a deal. I just want a little surprise. Ooh, I'm curious to figure out what this plan is now. What's wrong with you? It has to be a big deal, otherwise it won't be interesting. And Murakami laughs boldly. I knew he'd help me. I didn't think he'd be so into it. He actually made me worry a little. In a few days before the Culture Festival, I'm alone at home and eating my meal in my room. I don't usually like onigiri from convenience stores, but when you eat it once in a while, it's pretty good. After I finish, I stretch out on my bed and find myself unable to get up again. I've been practicing very hard lately, and I guess I'm more tired than I thought. I decided to take a rest and turn on the TV. I flip through the channels and find a tennis program on the educational channel. Since I used to be on the tennis team, I'm interested. A retired tennis pro is teaching kids how to serve. I've met this retired tennis player before. Once we had a tennis match with a famous tennis club. There was a retired tennis pro who used to belong to that club. After the match, he joined the practice too, just like how he is on TV now. He taught us, the OB Academy Tennis Club members. Taught me to serve better. I guess I was pretty serious about tennis. Seems like it was a long time ago, though. Flashback. I started tennis when I entered junior high. There really wasn't any special trigger. I saw the tennis club members hit the balls, and they looked like they were having so much fun. I thought, maybe I'd feel good if I could do that too. So I joined the tennis club. But although I was at the practice every day for 3 years, I didn't have a strong inclination towards it. I started to compete when I was in the 2nd grade, but I won sometimes and lost sometimes. I really didn't care about it, and I was pretty satisfied. Guess I really don't get too passionate about anything. Even on my days off, if people invite me to do something, I don't refuse, but I was never the one to invite others to do anything. Actually, I'd rather just stay home alone. Hardly got into anything seriously, and people used to call me Tundra. I wasn't aware of it, but when I think about it now, I think I know why. What's with this music change, man? Okay. At the time, I really didn't have to make an effort to do anything. I was able to do as well as others without trying, so I didn't want anything more than that. People try to enter better schools, go after them for more pleasure. There are many different goals. But I could never understand why people find importance in such things and pursue them. To be honest, I understand that now in my head, but I still don't quite get it on an emotional level. So I finished my tennis days in junior high school without too many ups or downs. And it was time to think about my future. I didn't have any private schools I wanted to go, and even when it was time to turn in applications to public schools, I still didn't know which school I wanted to go to. My parents didn't have a particular school where they wanted me to go, and I wasn't interested in any of the schools in particular. I just didn't care, so I just kept putting it off, and finally it was time to make up my mind. So, during the orientation, I said to the teacher, "I don't care, just pick one for me." Then the teacher gave me a bitter smile. "When are you going to come to your senses?" I still remember my teacher's face and the words. And this school, OB Academy, is the one my teacher chose for me. I didn't think I'd be comfortable in a mission school, but I didn't want to argue, so I took the entrance exam. When I started school, that's when I realized the reason why he wanted me to go here. It's a prep school, but they didn't require any intense curriculum. It's a mission school, but it's not religious at all. The school's atmosphere is extremely relaxed, and they believe in students' self-independence. Or maybe I should say they really don't care. If the students want to learn, they teach, but if they don't, then they just let them be. But they don't treat anyone differently. As a result, there's a huge gap between the underachievers and the high achievers. But the school really doesn't care too much about the students' academic results. Instead, the school believes in humanity and kindness. Students take advantage of that, but at the same time, I think it was working out. That kind of school atmosphere is perfect for someone like me. I analyze myself. I'm not particular about anything, but I don't like people telling me things. If I'm told to do something, I don't do it. But if people leave me alone, I do at least a minimum of what needs to be done. And more than anything, I was getting tired of schooling, so if I wasn't at this school, I don't think I could have lasted for 3 years. When I look back, the teacher was watching me well. When I started at OB Academy, I played tennis before, so I joined the tennis club, but it wasn't fun at first. OB Academy's tennis team hasn't been a strong team lately, but the school used to be famous for it. The club had a strict order within itself. The first graders do lots of fetching balls and swinging rackets and hardly get to actually hit the balls. Their passion is to win. So what I had done in my junior high years was nothing compared to what I was doing here. I liked the school atmosphere, but I didn't really like the club's atmosphere. It's too competitive. As I said before, I don't like to be told to do something. I never wanted to win or to become a famous player. I just wanted to hit the balls to kill some time. At first, I regretted joining the Christian team, but as time went by, I started to have fun. If I tried to find precise reasons, I'd probably be able to find many of them, but I guess the main reason was that it was rather fun to do something seriously for a change. Till that time, I had never got myself in anything seriously, even if someone forced me to. To find a different side of myself was rather interesting. So I got myself into tennis deeper and deeper, but at the same time, my academics went down. Nobody said anything about my academic nosedive simply because I was at OB Academy. Hey, with this grade, who knows how many years it'll take you to graduate? My teacher did point it out, but he didn't have us serious like he was saying as if he was telling me something funny. After I joined the tennis club, I was paired up with Murakami, who also had experience playing tennis. This was how we were recognized. Murakami and I really never talked until we paired up, but we were a very good pair. If we played individually, we never won, but when we played together, we never lost. And by the fall of our first year, we made it on the team. I don't mean to brag, but it's highly unusual for the first graders to make it on the team at OB Academy. And then we played our first official match. Our pair kept winning and we advanced to just before the national level. It was a good match, but the way we lost wasn't too good. The opponents were first graders too. We lost against them when we played at the district level, so this was our second loss. I was actually surprised at my game plan, which I was confident about. It didn't work at all. I told myself that they were simply better than we were, but the other first graders and the female club members who were cheering on us were very depressed. Since it was our match, why did they have to be depressed? I was surprised, but I also felt responsible at the same time. Then I realized that I was there representing the school, and I couldn't lose that easily. I didn't like the fact that I made others feel depressed. After that, we started to practice even harder. Our mission as team members was to become better than the pair we lost to. If we couldn't defeat them, we wouldn't be able to go up to the national level before we graduated. In other words, if we became a stronger pair, then the national match would come closer. Supposedly, the other pair belonged to a famous tennis club, but we thought that if we trained hard, we should be able to defeat them. If we practiced even during the long break between the semesters, since I didn't have anything else to do, it really wasn't too much of a problem. And that's when Murakami and I started to talk a lot. And like me, Murakami liked to act cool, and he believed that winning a match is cool. Come to think of it, back then Murakami was very pure too. First, I didn't think we would get along because of the difference in characters, but we both wanted to win, and that was the same. The chance for revenge came in spring. In the preliminary, at the end of the school year, we earned the title to participate in the spring competition. Of course, our pair was on the team. This time, we registered in two categories: the groups and the doubles. We didn't do well, so we lost the doubles early on, but we were matched in the group. It was the second round. One of them was an excellent player, so I was afraid that he would play individually, but I was wrong. He came to play doubles, and we were matched against each other. But we lost again, therefore our team was finished too. Not only did we lose against the same pair, we were more shocked that our hard practice since the summer really hadn't made any difference in the game. The new game plan didn't work either. No matter how much we worked on our little tricks, the differences in our basic techniques were incomparable. Nothing worked. The difference in talent or personal limits. This was the first time for me to experience the wall of limitation, but instead of feeling despair, I remember feeling excitement. And I was a little impressed with myself for feeling that way too, which made me chuckle. So we increased our practice time. Even after the club activity time was over, we practiced on our own whenever we had free time. With sports, more practice doesn't always mean you will get better results. Over-practicing can cause problems too. I was aware of that, but we thought that was the only way for us to win over them. A lot of successful athletes have undergone rather reckless practice, so there must be something special there. That's what we thought, but things didn't work out in the way we wanted it to. All of a sudden, I heard a strange noise from my ankle and I found myself unable to stay upright. Despite the awful pain, the injury itself wasn't too bad, but still I couldn't practice for a while. The doctor told me it'd take about a month to recover. Damn. Things could have been worse, but a whole month seemed like a long time. I didn't even want to waste 30 minutes. While I was sitting around, the opponents were practicing, getting better. If I didn't practice for a day, that's how much better they'd get. We couldn't get to their level even after the hard practice the year before. I arrived at the conclusion that we just couldn't beat them quite easily, but at the same time, I really didn't want to give up either. The braces came off 2 weeks early, and the day the doctor gave the okay to practice, I joined the training camp at school. It had been a while since I stood on the court. It felt a little different. First, I thought it was because of the lack of sleep. I felt cold and a little bit of nausea. I felt groggy, too. Wonder if I caught something. Anyway, I didn't have time to worry about that. I kept practicing. Back then, I really didn't care of myself that well, and even when I had a cold with a fever, I went on with my regular activities. But I couldn't that day. I was feeling more chills and my throat felt extremely dry. I was sweating like crazy and felt dizzy. Soon I couldn't even stay standing. My fingers that were holding the towels were shaking. Maybe I moved around too much after a long break. So I slowed down quite a bit, and starting the next day, I took more breaks and made sure I didn't overdo it, but the situation didn't improve. By that time I knew it wasn't just a cold, but I didn't know what was wrong with me. The only thing I knew was that whenever I started practicing, I started to feel ill. After I was discharged from the hospital, I wasn't doing well in the first place. But when I stood on the court, all the symptoms got worse. People say that when the Halley's Comet goes by, the amount of oxygen in the air gets less. I know that's just a myth, but if it were true, maybe that's what I'd feel like. When there's a lack of oxygen, then you can't breathe. No matter how hard you inhale, your chest doesn't get relieved. Instead, the more you breathe, the worse you feel. Your hands and legs start shaking and you start to see spots. Your body loses the ability to inhale oxygen all of a sudden, just like a fish out of water. You'll die. I felt scared like I was going to have a panic attack. I felt so scared that my legs were shaking. Some possibilities came to my mind, but I just shut my eyes. A situation like this was, in a way, rather unusual and interesting. I actually wanted to challenge myself to see how far I could go. Eventually, I thought I might overcome my limits, but it didn't work out that way. My body and mind finally hit the limit and I collapsed while holding the racket. I regained consciousness in the ambulance. By the time I got to the hospital, I was feeling much better, so I told the doctor I could go home, but he didn't listen. He took me to the respiratory department and then on to the psychosomatic department. The old doctor in the psychosomatic department diagnosed me with a panic attack triggered by autonomic imbalance. Autonomic imbalance. According to the doctor, the stress from wanting to get better at tennis had caused it. The injury may have given me trauma too. The combined factors caused the symptoms I was experiencing. I never even felt that way myself. In fact, I always thought I was acting according to my will, so I couldn't understand the diagnosis at all. But once the doctor said so, nobody listened to me. I was reluctant, but I was to stay away from tennis and take some medication to relax, at least for a while. But I lied. I said I was better after a week, and as a test, I stood on the court. I felt the panic attack coming, but I was able to deceive everyone by acting normal. I secretly threw away the medication the doctor gave me. I told the coach and my family that I was better. I even practiced my poker face in front of the mirror so nobody would notice me experiencing the attack symptoms. I was always good at hiding my feelings. Also, I should be able to ignore my physical symptoms as well. Until they hit you like a ton of bricks. Naturally, the symptoms got worse. After a month, I was feeling the symptoms even off the court. Couldn't sleep at night, I couldn't eat, I lost weight, I was vomiting all the time. Of course, my family, my girlfriend, and the people around me got suspicious. Yes, I had a girlfriend back then. We started to go out just before I got sick. I didn't even tell her the truth. Even when she asked if something was wrong, I just laughed. We started to go out because I was playing tennis, so I couldn't tell her that anything about this. While everyone was feeling suspicious, I spent every day making sure that nobody noticed anything. I continued to practice every day, feeling exhausted both physically and mentally. As I got more exhausted, I could feel I was losing control of my own mind. As part of trying to hide my emotional regularity, I hardly mingled with others anymore. I started to talk to myself, much like I'm doing right now. I often had nightmares of thousands of caterpillars eating my body. I felt like I was wandering around continuously in a dark, damp forest without an exit. But I wasn't looking for an exit. I was trying to go deeper and deeper. I thought there was a new world in the deepest spot of the forest. Pushing myself to my physical and mental limits like that was rather thrilling and fun. Although I did wonder if I was going to be okay. But once I passed one point, it was fine. That point was the point of no return. Once past, I had no other choice. I had to go as far as I could go. When I realized that, I felt some kind of relief filling me up. I knew this must be intoxication. To explain exactly what it's like, I vomited every day secretly, and my arms and legs were shaking on the cord. But I felt a freedom somewhere in my heart. It's strange to even talk about it now, but it's the truth. I don't know if you'd understand, but at the time I felt that I gained freedom. In general, people think being free is to have many choices, but when all the choices are gone, and the responsibility of making a choice is gone, that can be one kind of freedom. Anyway, at the time I was feeling a kind of excitement and happiness which I'd never experienced before, getting myself deeper into my own inner world. Of course, that didn't last for long. I collapsed again. My parents found the medication I was hiding, and my secret experiment came out in the open. I was made to confess what I was feeling and what I was planning to do to the doctor, and I was ordered to stay home under more strict supervision. Of course, I was off the team, too. Once the tennis was gone from my life, I felt more relaxed, and my obsessive drive went away. I didn't even feel disappointment or despair. I didn't even have the will to win over my rivals. I didn't even want to become a famous tennis player. People said I was lucky I didn't die, but it didn't mean anything to me. I didn't feel relieved that I was saved. It was like the silence after a party. I felt bad that I caused a lot of grief with my family, my school's tennis club, and everyone around me because of my selfish actions. I probably just went back to how I was before I started to play tennis. And after that, I quit the tennis club. So that's why we quit the tennis club. And with that all said, I'm going to cut the episode here, and I will see you all in the next part. Take it easy, guys.